Hi, I'm Dr. Ted Burkhart with Affordable Spay and Neuter. I would like to share some information about what happens when female pets who have not been spayed go into their first estrous cycle, or heat. Estrus is the stage in the female reproductive cycle during which she becomes the most fertile, and usually when she is the most receptive to mating with males. Physiologically, the estrogen levels first increase sharply, then decrease, and mature eggs are released from the ovaries in preparation to get fertilized. Dogs and cats can have different modes of going into estrus. Dogs generally tend to have a regular heat cycle about every 6 to 9 months. However, each dog has their own unique cycle, which can vary. In general, they tend to be about once or twice a year when they go into heat. Cats are induced and spontaneous ovulators, which is different from dogs, meaning that instead of having a predictable cycle, they are induced to go into heat by external factors. Common external factors include season, temperature, and number of daylight hours. Other factors that can induce estrus are coitus, auditory or visual stimuli, and even smells and pheromones. Dogs typically have their first heat around 9 months of age, which can vary with each individual and breed. Small breed dogs tend to go into heat at a younger age than larger breeds, and they tend to have their first heat a few months later for the larger breeds. Cats tend to have their first heat around 6 months of age, but this can also vary depending on the season. How can you tell if your pet is in heat? Externally, your female may show signs of enlargement of the mammary glands and the vulva. There also may be blood discharge from the vulva. For cats, it can be easier to tell when they're in heat because many cats have a dramatic behavior change. They become more affectionate with their owners, sometimes even demanding attention, rubbing and possibly rolling on the floor. Many cats will also tend to yowl, act very needy, and may even spray urine to mark surfaces in the house. Females also tend to attract male cats, who you may notice start coming around, hanging out at the house, and yowling for affection outside your window. Cats usually stay in heat for 1 to 3 weeks, but their behavior may continue as they are repeatedly induced throughout the breeding season. Dogs may show the same external signs of enlarged mammary glands and vulva as cats, but they don't always, and it can be more difficult to tell when dogs are in heat. Some female dogs may initiate sexual interaction with other dogs and be more receptive to approaching male dogs. They can act nervous or lethargic, not eat as much, and have similar symptoms to morning sickness. Individual cats and dogs differ in how they behave, and sometimes there are no obvious signs that they are in heat until the surgeon notices the internal changes during surgery. Some of those changes include an enlarged uterus and enlarged uterine vessels. The best way to prevent your female pet from going into heat is to have them surgically sterilized or spayed. Spaying them before they go into heat not only eliminates the behavior changes that occur when they're in heat, but also eliminates the chance of ovarian and uterine cancer and dramatically reduces the chance of mammary cancer. So it is best to spay your female cats before she goes into heat around 6 months of age, and it's best to spay your female dogs around 6 to 9 months of age. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. Ted Burkhart.